What we do here is go back.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm your local rap nationist Idris Yunus, and first of all I would like to apologize for the long delay that has been in between my videos. The second thing I would like to say is my experience circle is not that much, so the review you're going to watch might actually not be that great, but I'm going to try my best. Hopefully with the more videos that I do, I will be able to get more experience and I'll be able to share about the bike even more. So without any further ado, let me just show you the bike that I'm going to be reviewing today. Zongshen Infinity 150, SR-150. Over in America, I think CSC, they're actually importing this thing, the exact same thing in the 250 variant. This thing over here is a 150. It's got twin spark and it's an OHV engine with 5-gear transmission. It's a return shift, so 1 down, 4 up. It's got a kickstand which is quite handy. It takes a lot of kickstarting actually. At the front we have got a disc brake, a single piston disc brake over here. If it had ABS, I think it would have been a lot more helpful because the tire just locks up. At the rear we have a drum brake. It's a pretty big chunky of a drum brake. Actually it doesn't really help it stop, it just locks up the tire and the bike keeps moving. It's not that great. The disc brake at the front is actually quite good because the majority of the weight is actually, every time you apply the brake, the majority of the weight is shifted forward, so having a disc brake at the front is a really great thing. But my only concern is that it just locks up the tire. If it had ABS, I think it would have been a lot better, but it's alright. I think we can get used to it really. The only bike that I can think of that is quite close to being compared to this thing is most likely going to be not a 150cc bike, but Honda CG125 actually. The reason is that OHV, despite being a twin spark engine and a 150, this thing is only producing around like 11.5 horsepower. Let's say it produces around 12 horsepower, which is almost the same as CG125. And considering that this is also a carbureted bike, I was expecting a bit more than CG125 actually. Talking about the fuel tank, we have a 15-liter fuel tank over here. The company claims that it will do around 50 kilometers to a liter, which I really don't believe it. 35 actually makes a lot more sense because this thing has got a carburetor. If it were EFI, I would have believed it will do 50 kilometers to a liter, but this isn't an EFI, this is a carburetor. And it's not even a butterfly carburetor actually. It is slide pin carburetor just like a CG125. Talking about the handling and stuff, it has got, let me just check it out. It's got a 90-70-17 tire at the front and 120-70-17 tire at the rear, which I would say is okay, but the grip on dry roads, yes, these tires are okay, they're phenomenal really. There's a lot of grip, but I don't know the condition in the wet. The posture is actually a bit off. It does not, I mean, it's alright, but I'm used to sitting like this. So for me the posture being a bit more laid down feels a bit weird. And my was about to fall. Ah, frick. Oh, sheesh, the bike almost fell as well. To me, because I'm used to riding it like this. My legs are usually around there. So this feels a bit off, sitting like this, and the legs are quite a bit backwards. It feels a bit weird, I would say. But I mean, it's perfectly normal, just me, it's my weirdness really. In the front assembly we have got kill switch, starter button, RPM indicator, kilometers an hour speedometer, gear indicator my favorite, and the fuel gauge my favorite as well. Apart from that, on the left hand side we have got a choke and a flasher or a passer or a dipper, whatever you call it, a high and low beam, indicators, and horn. Overview of the bike, it feels a bit sluggish because of the weight. That makes the bike feel a lot slow. Now the American version, the 250cc, I'm pretty sure that 250cc is capable of withstanding the weight of this thing, but a 150cc is just not powerful enough to get it to move that quickly. And I honestly believe my 100cc bike, which I will put the link to somewhere around here, or I will put it in the description as well. So that thing, I'm pretty sure in a 0 to 60 kilometer race, I think my bike is gonna beat it. The weight is so much that this engine, the 150cc engine, the 11 horsepower that it's producing, is seriously just not enough to get this thing to move as quickly as you would be expecting this thing to move. Apart from that, few things that I hate about this bike would be the weight is the first thing. The second thing I would say would be the clutch. The clutch is actually quite bitey. If there's 5 centimeters of travel in the clutch pedal, or lever, whatever it's called, lever I'm gonna guess. The clutch, if there's 5 centimeters of travel in the clutch lever, there's like 4.9 centimeters where the clutch slowly grabs and the bike starts to move slowly, but there's just that 0.1 centimeter where everything happens and the bike just lifts off due to the torque that this thing is producing. If I'm not wrong, it produces around like 10 Newton meters of torque, is fine. I mean, it does feel quite good, but if you're stuck in a traffic, that is a seriously horrible thing. I'm gonna say that it's most likely a fixable thing, that there might be something that needs to be fixed and it will work fine, but as it comes, I'm gonna say that it's a bit too much bite, or maybe there's a fault in this model specifically. So apart from that, the final thing that I do really hate about this bike is this exhaust over here. I mean, it just sounds like a freaking tuk-tuk. My ears are seriously aching right now. I don't like it. I mean, for cafe racer, maybe people are gonna enjoy this sound, but for me, it ain't my piece of cake. Apart from that, overall speaking, the package is fine. If you like this video, if you like this bike, do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more, and if you think that I need something to be a bit better, do please let me know in the comment below, so that in the next video I will make sure that I add that specific thing that you want me to add in my reviews. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.